Hi, welcome to the channel where I review the latest movies from around the world. When Zootopia was released in 2016, it stood out as more than just an entertaining animated film. Through a smart and accessible narrative, it addressed themes such as prejudice, discrimination, and fear of difference, making it impactful for both children and adults. As a result, expectations for a sequel were naturally very high. Zootopia 2 attempts to expand this universe by shifting its focus from individual bias to deeper issues such as historical erasure, official narratives, and systemic injustice. The key question, however, is whether this thematic ambition strengthens the storytelling or ultimately weakens it. The film takes place sometime after the events of the first Zootopia. Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde are now established officers in the Zootopia Police Department. On the surface, they function as a successful team, but differences in their perspectives and decision-making styles begin to create tension in their partnership. The central conflict begins when signs of a snake's presence are discovered in the city, an animal species that has long been excluded from Zootopia and erased from its official history. Fear, rumors, and social anxiety spread quickly, and Judy and Nick are assigned to investigate the case. As the investigation progresses, they uncover documents revealing that snakes once played a crucial role in building Zootopia's infrastructure. However, due to political decisions and the interests of powerful groups, they were systematically removed from society and written out of history. What begins as a police case gradually turns into the exposure of a buried historical truth. Judy is forced to confront a difficult moral reality. Justice does not always align with simply enforcing the law. She must choose between preserving the city's superficial stability and revealing a truth that could disrupt social order. In the end, the truth is made public, and Zootopia is compelled to face its manipulated past. The film boldly addresses themes such as systemic discrimination and historical exclusion, topics rarely explored in family-oriented animated films. Zootopia is presented as a more complex and realistic society. Moving further away from the image of a simple utopia, Judy and Nick both show noticeable growth, facing more serious ethical challenges than in the first film. At times, the film prioritizes its social commentary over organic storytelling, causing certain scenes to feel explanatory rather than dramatic. Multiple narrative threads result in a sluggish middle act and a rushed conclusion. Despite its thematic shift, the film follows a structure very similar to the first installment, reducing the sense of surprise. The darker, more serious tone diminishes the effectiveness of humor and emotional moments that made the original film so memorable. Zootopia 2 is an ambitious and thoughtful sequel that clearly aims to tackle larger and more complex ideas. However, this ambition comes at the cost of narrative cohesion and emotional resonance. Compared to the first film, Zootopia 2 is conceptually deeper but story-wise weaker. It engages the mind more than the heart, which ultimately prevents it from achieving the lasting impact of its predecessor.